But what happened to Tyre in Memphis happens too often. We have to do better. Give law enforcement the real training they need. Hold them to higher standards. Where police departments violate the public trust, they must be held accountable. I signed an executive order for all federal officers, banning chokeholds, restricting no-knock warrants, and other key elements of the George Floyd Act. Let's commit ourselves to make the words of Tyler's mom true. Something good must come from this. Something good.
I'm rocking in my seat. They didn't pass the George Floyd Policing Act. Yes, Tyre Nichols' family, they were there and they put aside their pain to sit there at that State of the Union to be a symbol of something greater and bigger that must happen in this country when it comes to the legal system from top to bottom, not just policing, all the way to the courts. But these folks cannot even pass the George Floyd Policing Act, which they promised the Floyd family that they were gonna do when they had control. Anyone say that this happens far too often? You know what, Mr. President? You're damn right. It happens far too often. But in the case of what happened to Tyre Nichols, those 6 officers, including the white officer that y'all tried to hide, but especially the 5 black ones for the black community, who are an absolute embarrassment to our people and kick the hell out the tribe. They gone. They got to go. Those men are sick. And it wouldn't matter if they was a teacher, a nurse, a carpenter, or a street sweeper. There's something wrong with them. But see, here's the challenge. They carried a badge and a gun and have the power of life and death in their hands. So they just sick. Sick. And thank God they ain't no damn nurse or no doctor, but they sick. In other words, no matter what profession they went in, their true nature would come out. We're gonna talk about that a little more, but damn it, you promised the Floyd family the same thing and you ain't done nothing, didn't do it in the 117th Congress. Wouldn't sacrifice the filibuster for nothing. We sick of this. I know I'm sick of it, Jackson. I don't know about nobody else, but damn it, I'm sick of it. I am. Well, speaking, I'm sick of it.
Well, and to the reality of Joe Biden, I mean, really, honestly, would be better if he really didn't even invite them there and didn't really mention anything. I mean, honestly, politically, that would have looked better for him to just avoid it because he's already, for years, but especially even recently, it's not even necessarily that, because when he talks about the defund the police, he doesn't go about it in a way like maybe we should change the slogan.
He just gave more money, Jackson. I mean, he gave more money. Sorry to cut you off. He gave more money.
Exactly. But exactly. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like just scoot that all the way to the side and just forget it. We need to give them more. Like you said, we need to give them more money. We need to invest in them more. Joe Biden doesn't really care about this issue. That's the bottom line, which is again why I said politically it really would have been better for him to just not even address it. Because like you said, he failed to pass the George Floyd Act already. So
he failed, and there is no amount of training. Don't get me wrong. I want law enforcement to be trained, but some things training can't tackle. And when you got that kind of evil and malice in your heart, what they did to Mr. Nichols, then no amount of training would have helped them dudes. It's just something wrong with them. Now, I do agree with one thing that the president said in that, and that they must be held accountable. The higher ups in these departments must be held accountable. The mayors of these cities must be held accountable. We're gonna go deeper into that. But for what them dudes did, those derelicts did to Tyre Nichols, ain't no amount of training could have helped them. None, zero, zip, nada, nothing. And anyway, using black people as props, but